When you hear the word compounding, what comes to mind? Maybe you think of a boring math formula or interest in a bank account. But compounding is much more than that. Compounding is the secret law of money, the invisible force that can take the smallest seed of cash and turn it into something massive. It is the reason the rich get richer, and the reason people who respect time and patience can turn little into a lot. But here is the truth. Compounding will not work unless you respect the laws that make it possible. So let's go through them, one by one. These are the 40 laws of compounding, the rules that can make your money double, then double again, until it grows so fast it feels like it is exploding. And this worked best with Law 11 and Law 34. Law 1. Time is your greatest ally. Every year you wait is a year lost forever. A person who starts investing at 25 with just $200 a month will often end up with more than someone who begins at 35 with double that amount. Why? Because compounding needs time. Money needs space to breathe and multiply. Each year you delay is not just 1 year lost, it is decades of potential growth gone. If you want compounding to explode, give it as much time as possible. Law 2. Small steps win big races. People often believe they need thousands to start. That is false. Even a small amount invested consistently is powerful. Imagine you place just $5 a day into an investment that grows at 7% a year. That is not even the price of a coffee. After 30 years, that little daily step becomes well over $150,000. The secret is not size. The secret is persistence. A small step you could take now to get your compounding started working is to join my free Telegram community with the link in the description, where I will give you my strategies to open your faceless YouTube channel so you have more money to invest, but I'll talk to you more about it later. Law 3. Reinvest everything. The moment you start treating your gains like extra spending money, you cut your snowball in half. Dividends, interest, returns, they are not bonuses, they are seeds, and if you replant them, they start growing their own trees. This is how money multiplies. Every cent that stays invested becomes another worker in your financial army. Let every soldier fight for you, and you will win the war. Law 4. Patience is a weapon. Compounding tests you. The first few years feel slow, almost boring. But boredom is the mask of greatness. The person who pulls out after 3 years never sees the explosion. The one who holds for 20 years watches their graph bend upward, like a rocket. The only difference is patience. Also use patience to get to Law 34, which is the most important. Law 5. Guard your emotions. Fear tells you to sell at the bottom. Greed tells you to buy at the top. Both will destroy decades of progress. The emotional investor is the broken investor. If you want compounding to work, you must protect your mind. Do not panic when the market dips. Do not chase when the market surges. Stay steady. Law 6. Knowledge makes you fearless. When you do not understand what you own, every headline makes you panic. But when you learn, when you understand why your investment has value, then dips become opportunities. Think of knowledge as armor. It keeps fear away and lets you act with calm when others lose their heads. Law 7. Losses are lessons. No one escapes without scars. You will lose money at some point. A bad stock, a market crash, a wrong bet. But the loss is not the end, it is the teacher. Those who learn, who write down what happened, who improve their plan, come back stronger. Every loss carries a lesson. Only those who ignore it fail. Law 8. Diversify wisely. Imagine putting all your money in one stock, one property, one coin. If it collapses, you collapse with it. Diversification spreads the risk. Some assets may fall, others rise, and together they balance. But be careful. Too much diversification weakens growth. Too little invites disaster. Find balance. Law 9. Time in the market beats timing the market. Everyone thinks they can outsmart the system. Buy low, sell high, and repeat. The truth is almost no one can do it. If you miss just a handful of the best days in the market, your returns drop in half. The way to win is to stay in. The longer you remain invested, the more chances compounding has to do its work. Law 10. Beware of silent thieves, the fees. A 1% fee looks small, but over 30 years it can eat away hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine earning 7%, but after fees you keep only 5%. That 2% loss compounds too, but against you. Always check the fees. They are the termites of wealth. They eat all your savings, as what we will see in the Law 21. Law 11. Every dollar matters. It is easy to think a dollar here or there does not change anything. But $1 not invested is not just a dollar lost. It is the hundreds it could have grown into over time. Every coin has potential. Respect even the small amounts because compounding does not care about size, it cares about discipline. Law 12. Keep more by being tax smart. Taxes are like speed bumps. They slow down your growth. But if you use retirement accounts, tax-deferred funds, or other legal shelters, you let your money grow without interference. The longer it avoids taxes, the faster it multiplies. Think of these accounts as greenhouses, where your money grows without storms. Law 13. Automate your discipline. Do not rely on memory or willpower. Life will get in the way, fear will whisper, distractions will tempt you. Automation solves this. If your bank sends money directly to investments every month, the choice is already made. Compounding works best when you remove the option to quit. Law 14. Compound everything, not just money. Your skills, your relationships, your habits, they all compound. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you connect with others, the more opportunities come. Compounding is not just financial, it is a law of life. And the more areas you apply it to, the faster your wealth accelerates. Like if you opened your own faceless YouTube channel, do you know how many skills you'd learn that will make you rich? And you have all the information you need to do so in my free Telegram community. Law 15. Find your why. Numbers alone will not keep you going. If you are investing just to see a higher balance, you may quit when it feels slow. But if your goal is freedom, or to retire your parents, or to buy back your time, then nothing can break you. A strong why fuels every deposit. Law 16. Volatility is normal. Markets go up and down. People panic when they fall. But volatility is not a bug. It is the price of admission. If it were always safe, the returns would be tiny. Embrace the swings. They are proof that compounding is alive. Law 17. Ignorance costs more than you think. Not learning about money, not reading, not asking questions, cost you years of progress. Mistakes born from ignorance are expensive, but the opposite is also true. Knowledge compounds. Every book, every video, every lesson builds on the last. The smarter you get, the richer your decisions become. Law 18. Slow growth is real growth. Everyone wants fast money. Lottery wins, crypto spikes, overnight success. But fast money almost always fades. Slow growth built on habit and patience is the money that stays. Compounding is not exciting in the beginning, but boring money is lasting money. Law 19. Protect your seed money. The first dollars you invest are the most important. They are the seeds of your forest. If you keep pulling them out for small pleasures, you starve your future. Protect your principal like treasure. Once it is planted, let it grow untouched. Law 20. Ego is your enemy. Ego wants to be right, to beat the market, to brag. Ego buys the hot stock, times the market, takes foolish risks. Ego is expensive. Humility is profitable. The investor who admits they do not know everything, who sticks to a steady plan, will always beat the one who gambles out of pride. Law 21. Your environment shapes your future. You can have the best plan in the world, but if everyone around you mocks saving and celebrates spending, you will slowly drift their way. We become like the people we surround ourselves with. If your friends live paycheck to paycheck, brag about cars and clothes, and never talk about the future, it is easy to copy them. But if you place yourself around builders, around investors, around people who think long-term, it becomes natural for you to do the same. Your circle shapes your ceiling. To have a circle of better people, You can find them in my free Telegram community, where we will also teach you how to open your faceless YouTube channel so as to increase your earnings enormously. Law 22. Adapt when the world changes. Markets evolve, industries die, new ones are born. The strategy that worked a decade ago may not work tomorrow. Adaptation is not weakness, it is survival. Too many people cling to old methods because they once worked. That nostalgia becomes their downfall. The investor who adapts, who sees change and pivots wisely, is the one who keeps compounding alive. Flexibility is a superpower. Law 23. Celebrate small wins. Compounding feels invisible at first. You put in money month after month, and the account balance barely changes. This is where most people quit. They think it is not working. But the secret is to celebrate even the small steps. Saving your first 1,000. Reaching 6 months of consistent investing. Sticking to the plan during a hard year. These small wins keep you motivated until the explosion happens. Without celebration, boredom kills discipline. Law 24. Risk is required. No risk, no reward. If you keep all your money in cash because it feels safe, compounding never starts. Yes, risk is scary. Investments can fall. But calculated risk you understand and prepare for, is the cost of growing wealth. It is not gambling. It is choosing opportunities with awareness. Stagnant money never multiplies. Brave money, smart money, does. Law 25. Reinvest dividends. Dividends are silent workers. They show up every quarter, small but steady. If you spend them, they vanish. If you reinvest them, they buy more shares, which earn more dividends, which buy even more shares. This cycle is pure compounding magic. Reinvesting dividends can turn average growth into explosive growth. It is like planting trees that drop seeds, and those seeds become more trees forever. And the biggest tree to plant now you will find in Law 31. Law 26. Do not stop in tough times. The hardest time to invest is during a crisis. Recessions, crashes, bad news everywhere. Fear tells you to stop. But this is when compounding gives its greatest rewards. Because during downturns, investments are on sale. Each dollar buys more shares, more assets, more future growth. Those who keep planting during storms harvest the biggest crops later. Law 27. Track your progress. What gets measured gets managed. If you never check your net worth, your contributions, or your returns, you are driving blind. Tracking makes you intentional. It shows you where you are winning and where you need to adjust. It also motivates you because you can see the slow climb. Even when the number is small, progress is proof. Law 28. Guard your lifestyle. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth. Each time your income grows, temptation whispers. Get a bigger car, a bigger house, a bigger life. But if every raise goes to spending, nothing goes to compounding. Wealthy people are not the ones with the flashiest lifestyle. They are the ones who keep their expenses low and their investments high. Quiet money grows, loud money disappears. Law 29. Failures are tuition. You will make mistakes, wrong picks, bad timing, poor judgment, but mistakes are not proof you cannot succeed. They are tuition. Every failure you study becomes wisdom. Every wrong move teaches the right one. Rich investors have long histories of failure. They just refuse to let the lessons go to waste. Law 30. Never sell in panic. The market falls, red everywhere, news screaming disaster. Panic tells you to sell. Protect what you have, but panic selling locks in loss. History shows markets recover. Those who panic leave with wounds that never heal. Those who hold through storms often come out stronger. Selling should be a decision made with logic, not fear. Law 31. Align with your stage of life. At 20, you can risk more. At 50, you must protect more. Investing is not the same at every age. The young can afford volatility because they have decades ahead. The older investor needs stability because losses hit harder. Align your strategy with your season of life. Compounding works best when paired with wisdom about where you are. But know that there is no age to start your faceless YouTube channel. Law 32. Build multiple income streams. One paycheck is fragile. Lose it and compounding stops. But when you have more than one stream, side businesses, dividends, rentals, online work, you protect yourself. Multiple streams keep the engine running even if one dries up. The more streams, the steadier your compounding. Law 33. Destroy debt. Debt is compounding in reverse. A credit card at 20% interest will grow faster than your investments ever can. Debt chains you. It steals your future. Before you grow, you must stop the bleeding. Kill high-interest debt quickly. Then let compounding work in your favour, not against you. Law 34. Use compounding to buy freedom. The true prize is not just a big bank account, it is freedom. The freedom to walk away from a job you hate, to spend more time with family, to design your life. Compounding buys back your time. Time is the real currency. Money is only the tool. Law 35. Pass it on. Most people are never taught compounding. Schools do not teach it. Families often do not know it. That is why cycles of debt repeat. When you learn the laws of compounding, you have a duty to pass them on. Teach your children, your friends, anyone willing to listen. Each person you teach creates another chain of growth. That is legacy. Law 36. Wealth is not for show. Flashing wealth kills it. Expensive cars, big houses, showing off. These are traps. Compounding loves humility. The richest often look ordinary because they keep their money working instead of spending it loud. Quiet money compounds. Loud money vanishes. Law 37. Protect what you build. You can spend years building wealth and lose it all to one accident, one lawsuit, one fire. Protection is part of compounding. Insurance, proper planning and hedging keep your base safe. Without protection, you risk going back to zero. Build safety nets before chasing bigger risks. Law 38. Take profits wisely. Compounding is long-term, but there comes a moment when it is right to take chips off the table. Not out of fear, but because the gain can serve a real goal. Funding education, buying a home, retiring early. Greed says hold forever. Wisdom says take what you need when the time is right. Law 39. Review and adjust. Set it and forget it is a myth. Life changes. Goals shift. Markets evolve. You must review and adjust. Check your progress. Rebalance when needed. Make sure your path still aligns with your destination. Compounding thrives when guided, not ignored. Law 40. Faith makes it real. This is the hardest law. At first, compounding feels like nothing. Your account inches upwards so slowly it feels pointless. This is where most give up. But if you have faith, if you keep watering the seed even when you see no tree, one day the curve bends upward. Growth explodes. The boring years suddenly look like magic. Faith is staying long enough for the explosion to appear. And here is the truth after all 40 laws. Compounding is not a trick. It is not a secret. Only the rich know. It is a law of money, and it is available to anyone. But most people quit before the explosion. They stop, they spend, they let fear win. That is why the rich get richer. They stay in the game long enough to see the snowball turn into an avalanche. You have the 40 laws now. They are simple, but they are not easy. The question is not whether compounding works. The question is whether you will let it work for you. Will you start early, stay patient, and let it explode? Or will you keep waiting for the perfect time and watch decades slip away? Will you start your faceless YouTube channel right now? YouTube now is on easy mode and is blowing up every channel who does the thing right, as we teach you in my free Telegram community with the link in the description. Before we close, I'm sure you have never heard of the Law 24, right? If you found value here, smash the subscribe and like button, and I'll see you soon in the Telegram community. I'll wait for you. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes only, and any results depend on your own decisions and actions.